Hey, the latest version of Recipe Key is out, 1.6.5, and with that, it has a lot of updates and some awesome features that I'm going to walk through right now. So, with 1.6.5, we wanted to again get away from the actual icon, so the gluten-free icons, the dairy-free icons, which will allow it to be a lot more versatile. So, what you'll see here in a second, I'm going to go ahead and install a recipe key. Um, with it being more versatile, you can take things like various food allergies, cooking methods. If you're a craft blogger, if you're a travel blogger, you can now use recipe key to add cool buttons to the top, just like we had before with the icons. So I'm going to go ahead and activate it. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. Now that it's activated, I'm going to go to Settings, Recipe Key. And when we get to the settings page of Recipe Key, we'll see that we've got 4 different styles to choose from currently. We've got our old standard style that not a lot of style to it, but very plain with the icon. We've got the split style, which splits the actual text from the icon. So a lot going on with the icons for our first 3 styles. But then over here we have the simple style that we just added, and that just has some text with a clickable link bubble in it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And if I scroll down, we can see that there's a lot going down here. So we can do a lot of things on this page now. So it may look a little intimidating, but once you set it up, you can set it and forget it. So what I'm going to do right now real quick is fill out everything that I need. I'm going to keep the colors that I currently have. These are the standard colors, but you can completely change things up for the look and feel of your site. And then once it's saved, you're good to go. So I'm going to change this back. All right, now that color's changed back, you can see over here we've got our categories and tags. Oops, refreshed. Categories and tag names. So this is case sensitive. So I know that all of my category or my tag names are lowercase. So I'm going to fill that out. And then for my simple style, I don't want the full name on display. So I want to do gluten free. So just GF again. So I'm only going to do a couple of these. So dairy free, DF, not free, NF, egg free. I'm going to pause this and fill this out quick, and I'll be right back. All right, now that I have this all filled out for everything that my site uses, and again, I know that my categories and tags are lowercase. If you don't know if you used uppercase, lowercase, if you used dashes in between, you can go to your posts and look at your categories and tags, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and save this. Like I said before, I'm going to keep the colors as they are. But to walk through the colors quick, once this refreshes, we can change the background color, the background hover color, and then the font color and the font hover color. And I'll show you that once we get to the front page here. But to jump over to posts and archives, we can do a couple things over here still. This is the same as before. We will continue to build this out though, but we can throw recipe key above and below our content. You'll see in a second for the sidebar, for the simple style, the sidebar has the full display name, so gluten-free will show up in full on the sidebar, and that is customizable. So you'll see that in a second. And then, as always, we have our summary where we can go through and we can look to see if recipe key is picking up our categories and tags. So you can see dairy free for some reason wasn't picked up. And to troubleshoot that quick, I'm going to jump over to my tags. And I'm going to search for dairy free. and I'm going to find out why that didn't get picked up. So it says dairy free. It should have been picked up. So let's see why it wasn't. Styles. I had a typo. So little things like that can happen. So that's why that summary page is awesome. So if for some reason an icon is not displaying, you can always jump over to this summary page and it'll show you. And now it's showing green. So everything looks good to me here. Let's jump over to the front page and take a look. So jumping into one of our posts, I can see that here is my icon. So if I hover over them, it gets darker with that hover. And if I scroll down to my sidebar here, here's my sidebar. So again, I told you that we can now have dairy free next to it, or I can go into the customization and remove it. So we just have the bubbles. So let's do that real quick. So settings, recipe key. Go over here. We're going to say simple style remove. The name, save it. And then just real quick, if you go to reset and support, if you ever need support, you can reach out to us. If you ever feel like you just want to bring recipe key back to how you installed it, you can always click this button and hit save, and it'll refresh all the original settings of recipe key. Okay, so real quick, let's do a refresh over here so we can see what happened to our sidebar. And now you can see the sidebar, everything's been removed. Another fact, or another quick thing that we've added, is when you hover over our icons, they display what they are. So a user that uses recipe key requested that, so we've added that. We thought that was a great idea. Hope you like the new features of Recipe Key. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Have a great day.